Alright, right now we're adding integers with different signs. So there's a couple ways to do this. First off, if you have negatives and positives, so in this case we have negative 10 plus negative 6. So one of the ways I can do this is I can make 10 little red dots. So these are those counter chips I talked about in class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So red is for positive, and the yellow ones are for the, red is for negative, the yellow ones are for the positive. So I have 6 red, 6 yellow, 10 red. And then here's where we cancel them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am left with 4 reds, and reds are negative, so our answer would be a negative 4. So that is one way to solve this. Another way to solve it would be to use your absolute value rules. So let me change up some colors here. So that is one way. Another way, we can say the absolute value of negative 10 is 10. The absolute value of positive 6 is 6. So we will do the bigger minus the smaller, which gives us an answer of 4. But then we want to look at the two numbers. Negative 10 had a bigger absolute value, so we're going to use its sign, which is negative. So our final answer will have the negative. So either way you to solve this, whether you use the counters or the absolute value method, you're going to get your answer of negative 4. For this next one, we have 12 plus negative 18. So we can do the counter method. So we would have 18 reds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Just kidding, don't need that one. Whoops. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 of them. Excellent. Now we're going to use the yellows. So we're going to have 12 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 yellows for positive, 18 reds for negatives. And now we're going to cancel. Cancel, cancel, cancel. We are left with then 6 red, and red is negative, so our answer would be negative 6. So that is one method. Now, the trouble with the counters is when you get into really big numbers like negative 200 or you have like 165, you don't want to have that many counters. So this is where the absolute value method comes much more in handy. So let's give this one a try. Absolute value of 12 we know is just 12. So I'm going to mark that at the top. Absolute value of negative 18 is just an 18. So now I'm going to use both of these absolute values and put them down here. So I will say 18 minus 12. Whoops. That's a 12. 18 minus 12 is 6. The bigger absolute value was on the 18. So 18 is the bigger absolute value. Its sign is negative. Therefore, my final answer will be negative. And that's how we get a negative 6. So some students have been asking, they're saying, why are we subtracting? I thought we're adding. When you add negatives, you're actually subtracting. All right, for the next one, we have just 3 numbers. It's not a big deal. So let's focus first on the first 2 numbers. So let's focus in right here, negative 8 plus 4. That's all I want to look at. So I'm going to do this using the absolute value method. Absolute value of negative 8 is 8. Absolute value of 4 is 4. We're actually subtracting. 8 minus 4 is 4. The bigger absolute value is negative, so our final answer will be negative. Now, we are going to bring down the plus 5. So now it's really negative 4 plus 5. So once again, absolute values. This is really nothing more than 5 minus 4, because the absolute value of a positive 5 is 5. Absolute value of a negative 4 is a positive 4, and we subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. Now, the bigger absolute value in this case is positive, so our answer will stay positive. Positive 1 is your answer. If you wanted to use the counter method, which is okay, let's do it this way. We would need 8, and I'm going to make stars this time. We would need 8 red ones. 7, 8. Then we're going to get yellow ones. So we would have a group of 4. Then we would have a group of 5 of them. And now we just cancel. Gone, 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 gone. So now I would do 1 here, 1 here, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. We're left with 1 yellow, which is a positive 1, which is the same thing we got when we used the absolute value method. Last problem. So this one's tricky because it's got some bigger numbers, so I really do not recommend in this case the counter method. It would work, but once again, you're going to be dealing with a lot of those little circles. So I'm going to use the absolute value method. So I'm focusing on what I put in blue here. Negative 20 plus 16. So absolute value of negative 20 is just 20. Absolute value of positive 16 is 16. Subtract. And we will get 20 minus 16 is 4. The absolute value of the negative answer is bigger. So our final answer, I'm going to use a negative 4. What we have to do now is bring down this negative 7. So our new problem, let me just write it down here, will be negative 4 plus negative 7. Now this one is nice because both signs are the same. We have a negative 4 and we have a negative 7. So we know when the signs are the same, you just combine them and use that sign. So our answer will be negative. 4 plus 7 is 11. And that's your final answer. So, that's all I got. If you got questions, let me know. Well, see you later. Bye.